they want to face the Cavs or the Pistons in the next round.
As a real competitor, I want to face anybody in the Eastern Conference Finals. But if you want to face a team, you probably want to face Detroit. I don't think Detroit has as many options as Cleveland. We've seen Tobias Harris take a step back. We've seen Jalen Duren not play as well down the stretch. Cade Cunningham is special, but if you could take out the head of the monster, you have a higher probability of beating Detroit rather than beating the Cavs.
I actually agree with you. That would also, by definition, make it a 7-game series at this point, which also would be beneficial. Speaking of the Knicks, Rick Pitino used to coach them once upon a very long time ago, and now he's coaching in New York again, of course, at St. John's. And he gave an interview in the New York Post in which he said this about the Knicks potentially not having home court advantage in the NBA Finals. He said, the only negative is the home court. Outside of that, I think the Knicks have the best team. Now, OKC obviously is great. They're the defending champions. But the Knicks are deep, talented, and the way they're playing offensively, I don't mean three-point shooting. I'm talking about the ball movement, player movement. It's so much better than what I watched in January. Let me bring the group out here. Monica McNutt does the Knick games on the radio. She knows them as well as everyone. And I want to start with you, Winman. Rick Pitino says, right now, the Knicks have the best team. Are you buying it?
Well, Rick Pitino knows a lot about basketball, and I agree with him that since January, the Knicks look completely differently. But let's just everybody calm down with comparing them to Oklahoma City. It's just calm down. The Knicks would love to get the opportunity to do so. Oklahoma City is 8-0 in the playoffs so far, but I understand why Knicks fans are so excited. I just looked back this morning. They haven't really soundly been beaten in 6 weeks, all the way back to the end of March against Houston, and then the couple of one-possession losses to the Hawks. So I understand why there's some optimism, but let's everybody slow your roll, worry about the conference finals before predicting they're the best team.
What do you think, Monica, when you hear Pitino say that and you're watching every minute of every game, how much they've transformed what they're doing, so much better than what it was in January? What do you think of what Pitino's saying?
It's the whole quote, Green. I think you got to look at the context, because he watched this team in January, as did I, when they hit a nasty slump. Like, it was awful. So I think people are really enamored with the transformation that has happened over this stretch. I agree with Wendy in terms of slowing down just a bit, but if they are healthy, that means OG Anunoby is healthy, and they've got to get through the next series before we can talk finals for sure. I do think that they have emerged as one of the deeper teams in the league. I think OKC has them beat a little bit in that category, but this is why you went to Mike Brown, a guy who's willing to go to his bench, who has helped put in a system that really has benefited everybody. I mean, yesterday we talked about Jalen Brunson being on ball so much, and he doesn't have to do that as much. The three-point shooting was really something that dictated what happened in the game, quite frankly, on both sides of the floor previously. Now, they're not relying on that three as much due to this new system.
Listen, if you're wondering why people are so excited, the Knicks have won 7 straight games in these playoffs, and only one of them was even remotely competitive. They have obliterated 6 of their opponent in 6 of those 7 games. The one game that was close was Game 2 of the Philadelphia series, the one game that Embiid didn't play, whether that's coincidental or not. But they have been blowing people out. That's why. And look, you live here, I live here. Mm-hmm. You hear the way people are talking. I've never heard Knicks fans, really candidly, since the early 90s, as fired up and as confident in what their team looks like as they are right now.
Greeny, the same seats you sat in courtside were the same seats I sat in when they played against Detroit on February 19th.
That's a flex.
And literally, we were right next to the visiting bench. We were right next to the visiting bench. And when I tell you, JB Bickerstaff, they wanted to beat the Knicks down. And watching the Knicks play, their offense seemed old and it seemed tired. This offense is, I think, the best offense in the NBA. The numbers prove it. Now, I'm not saying they're a better team overall than OKC. But like I said earlier, guys, all you need is a fighter's chance. And I think their offense right now gives them that puncher's chance if they get there against an OKC team that's prone to win a championship.
We'll see. Go ahead, Monica. Give me a quick final thought. I want to get to one other thing. Yeah.
Just really quickly, as we move forward, I think how teams can match up with Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be huge, because he has been that facilitator, that hub, whether it's Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Jalen Duren, or even potentially Isaiah Hartenstein or Victor Wembanyama. That's something to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot to watch with them, but there's a lot of business to get figured out first. I want to get into this quickly. Game 5 between the Cavaliers.
Here in New York, we're talking about the Knicks, and I'm just wondering, with Mike Brown, he's been around basketball for so long. I'm sure you guys have crossed paths here and there. What are your thoughts on the job that he's done so far with the Knicks?
I think he's done a great job. I mean, it's been a process to build the team the way they want to play up to the playoffs. And I thought early in the season, the Knicks had a wonderful opportunity to win the Eastern Conference, especially given with the Jason Tatum injury with the Boston Celtics and Tyrese Halliburton being out for the season with the Indiana Pacers. And I think the Knicks have steadily built to be the best team in the East. And that's what they're certainly looking like right now, especially the way, Mike's using Karl Anthony Towns. Like, their offense has been spectacular toward the end of the season and in the playoffs. And they've got so many multi-positional defenders. They can really defend at a high level. And I think have shown that. Look what they've done the last 7 games. I think just about anybody would say that they're the favorite to win the East now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen them play at this high of a level over a 7-game stretch, I think, ever. And I've been covering this team for more than a decade. It's just been, given the stage, it's been a remarkable transformation. And I think it started with that Towns adjustment, as you said. But I want to ask you, Jay, because we have some Nova guys here, right? And Jalen Brunson, obviously, really successful run at Villanova. And when you were watching him then, and then you're looking at him now, are you surprised that he's doing what he's able to do at the NBA level?
Well, I'm not surprised anymore because we've seen it over and over again in the NBA. But when he was coming out of Villanova, if you had told me he's going to be an all-NBA player, that would have surprised me. I think Jay Wright, his coach at Villanova, would have said the same thing, or probably has said the same thing. When he was in high school, the one thing you thought about him was he was an unbelievable leader and winner. I mean, his senior year of high school had 56 points in a championship game in high school, and then went on to win a couple national championships at Villanova. And when he was playing alongside Luka Doncic, you thought, my God, this guy's so much better than I thought he would be. And then he's even ratcheted it up from there. He's one of the best players in the NBA. And the way he plays off 2 feet and those back downs that he uses his body so well. And even as what you call an undersized guard in a league full of big, long arm guards, he's performed at a level that I'm not sure outside of him who would have predicted it would be at this high. It's really been remarkable to watch him develop into a superstar. And that's exactly what he is. He's a superstar.
It's funny because I was going to say, outside of probably Rick Brunson, his dad, and Jalen himself, he's surpassed everyone's expectations, even Leon Rose, who at the time it was called an overpay, but offered him a lot of money as a free agent, and really couldn't have worked out better to date. I'm just wondering, too, with Josh Hart, I'm just curious, like, based on what you saw from him in Villanova, did you see glue guy? Did you see connector? Because Mike Brown has lauded his ability to be that. He called him almost as good as Andre Iguodala, that level of a connector. Did you see that from him when you watched him at Villanova?
Yes, but you're never really sure about players. You have beliefs, and you have the ultimate belief in Josh Hart as a winner and as a guy that would do anything to win. So he can guard anybody. He's one of the best guard rebounders in the league, and he makes open shots. Another guy that can convey the ball, like he's not a ball stopper. Really good cutter. So he's just a guy you can plug and play, and he'll do anything it takes to win. And I put OG Anunoby in that category as well. Mikal Bridges can space the floor for you, knock down a three, drive a closeout. He's another guy that can guard multiple positions, so they can switch and go with different combinations, and they're really effective that way. So it's a team full of the Knicks are a team full of really, really good players that go alongside their star caliber players and Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, and they're willing to play, even though you say role player, and some people hear limited. And that's not what you mean. They play the role their team is asking them to play in order for them to win at the highest level. And when you have players that are willing to do that and be stars in those roles, that's when you have a great team. And I think the Knicks are quickly approaching the great team category.
How they've coalesced into that, because I didn't see that last year in terms of guys being comfortable with their role and kind of everybody playing for the greater good. I don't think that was the case. And even earlier this year, same thing. And things have shifted, and they're playing to their potential. It's remarkable. I just want to ask you, Jay, a quick answer. Oklahoma City Thunder, if they get there, based on what you've seen, do the Knicks even have a shot?
Yeah, they have a shot. I mean, look, last year, one of the things about the Eastern Conference, we talk about the Western Conference and all the great teams, but the truth is only one team's coming out of there. And whether it's San Antonio or Oklahoma City, they're going to be a challenge. But last year, OKC was the best team in the NBA, and Indiana took them to 7 games. And had Tyrese Halliburton not been injured in that game, who knows what happens at the end. I still think Oklahoma City's the best team in the NBA. San Antonio presents them a lot of problems because of Victor Wembanyama. But if they wind up coming out of it, they're going to be the favorite. But if the Knicks come out of the East, they only have to beat one team out of the Western Conference. They don't have to beat them all. They just have to beat that one, and they're capable of doing it. The question is whether they will. And in NBA games, they can often come down to one possession at the end.
The American Century Golf Championship that's coming up here, you can spend your time doing anything you want. Why are you...
Mind you, those words were spit out like within 5 minutes of him being on First Take initially last week. So, Cameron, now that they have swept the 76ers, are you buying the Knicks now? Also, Aman, hello. How are you? Aman Shumpert joins us as well. Cameron, go on. You buying the Knicks now?
Absolutely not. Sorry, Mon. Mon's in the building, former Knick. Sorry, Stephen A. Listen, why are we acting like the Knicks are doing something that the Knicks should not be doing? Should the Knicks have lost to Atlanta? That's what happened. Let's do this. The Knicks went down 2-1 to Atlanta, and people started panicking. Actually, do we have that clip from Stephen A. when the Knicks went down 2-1 to Atlanta, what he wanted to do with the Knicks organization? Is that available at the moment? Yeah, let's go to that footage real quick.
Move out the way. Let me tell y'all something right now. Change is coming to New York City. It's going to be another head coach in New York City if they lose this series. Several players are going to be gone from New York City. Y'all lose this game. Y'all go ahead and lose this game. Y'all go ahead and lose this series, New York Knicks. You're just a bunch of sorry asses right now. I'm so sick of what I'm seeing right now. I'm losing my damn mind.
It's April 24th, y'all. It's 2 weeks ago, man. This is what happens, man. And I told him, why would you get yourself... This is where the Knicks were at last year, Stephen A. It isn't anything new. Now, are they looking sensational? Yes, they're looking sensational, beating the Atlanta Hawks. Okay. Nobody thought they would sweep Philly. You come on the show and say, yo, if they shoot 57% from the field, they win the championship. Duh. Like, who if they not...
There were times in the past, if they shot that way, they still find a way to lose.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at with it.
Right.
I'm still there with it. So at the end of the day, no, I've been here before, living in New York, living in Manhattan. Right. I still don't trust it. I see your nephew walking around the club with a broom in the air. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm not responsible for everything my family does. I'm not responsible for it. You understand what I'm saying? As it was evidenced when I showed up on Family Feud and then with a damn point because my family panicked. They panicked. But the bottom line is this. That was like me throwing out the first pitch. It was a bad day. Here's the point that I'm trying to make to y'all, all right? See, that's very disrespectful what you just did. That's very disrespectful. First of all, me was getting on that. They were down 2-1, and everything that I said was absolutely correct. Had they lost that damn series, there would be a new head coach. Had they lost that damn series, there would be a few new players gone this coming summer. You damn right. I said it and I meant it. And they ain't lose a game since. They undefeated since that time. They won 7 straight.
Are you taking credit?
You're damn right. You're damn right. You're damn right. I'm going to take credit. We're going to live with that lie. I know it's a lie, damn it, but we're going to live with it, Cam. That's what we're going to do. We're going to live with it. If I got to take credit for it, and if it annoys the living hell out of folks and make them play the way they've been playing, damn it, we going to live that lie. I don't give a damn. I'll come up with a different, because you know what? It's all about motivation, baby. Turn around and look at me, Cameron. It's all about motivation, baby. It's all about motivation. You had to light a fire under their ass. You had to get on them. You had to make sure that they knew this was unacceptable, the way that they were playing. And sure enough, what did happen? Mike Brown comes comes in, and he's not Tom Thibodeau now. So what does he do? He said, yo, I'm here for offense. Cat, I need you to be point center, baby. I need you to facilitate. I need you to be that dude. All of a sudden, Jalen Brunson's getting off. All of a sudden, Mikal Bridges is getting off. OG Anunoby was balling before he was out the last 2 games. By the way, the New York Knicks bust Philly's living ass without OG. So I'm loving this right now. If you want to sit up there and get on me and show those footage, I could show the footage of you now. Can we show the footage of Cameron right now, please? Can we show that, please? There we go.
That's all you got. I was trolling. I was trolling.
No. That's not all I have. That's not all I have. You ready for this, Iman? He sat up there and said, and I'm staying on subject, y'all. I'm just getting on Cameron right now. The great Cameron himself, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is, right? The great Cameron said that if the Lakers won, that counts as 2 rings for LeBron because of him and his son Bronny. So my point is, since they got swept, does it count as 2 sweeps?
No.
I'm just saying.
No, I did never say the Lakers was going to win.
I didn't say you said the Lakers were going to win. I said you said if they won. If they won.
No.
He said if they won, it wouldn't be LeBron's 5th ring. It would be 6 because of him and his son. Yeah, so I said, so if he got swept, does that mean it's 2 sweeps?
No.
It counted 2 sweeps?
Well, listen,
No. Which one is it?
Who invents a teammate? He made a teammate. He made him.
Go ahead.
It ain't like he actually made a teammate.
I got to bring him in.
Well,
he made a teammate.
That's what Savannah did, but that's okay. Savannah
the banana in the tailpipe. Go ahead, Iman. Go ahead.
Hey, I think this is what Cam is talking about, though. Like, the Knicks fans, the high up and then the fall all the way down. Now we mad. Now we happy. And it's like, dog, just have a little faith. Like, they done went to the conference finals now 2 years in a row. Why is that not nothing to just be happy about? Like, can everybody just relax on the Knicks?
When we starving.
You know what? You're going to continue to starve if you don't accept what's...
You wore a New York Knicks uniform. You know how this goes. Don't try to change the culture. I mean, we were starving.
The pressure, I mean, don't get me wrong. The pressure still lets everybody know in a Knicks uniform, we are supposed to win. Atlanta Hawks play with house money. Philly played with house money. You see what I'm saying? That's cool. We were supposed to beat them. We did it. You get what I'm saying? The problem is not the East right now. It's the Detroit Pistons.
No, we gonna beat the Detroit Pistons.
I know, but I'm saying the Detroit Pistons have been the problem.
We gonna take the Detroit Pistons out.
Well, the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, by the way,
the Detroit Pistons are. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
If they beat Cleveland, because when I saw from Donovan Mitchell last night, if I continue to see that, we might not see.
This is what
honestly, it was James Harden though. James Harden, 11 assists. 2 turnovers.
James Harden showed up the last 2 games.
Unbelievable.
Last 2 games, James Harden just showed up.
We're going to talk about that, though.
We'll talk about that. All I'm saying is this. It's not a foregone conclusion, but y'all go ahead and push that to the limit, because the longer that series goes, the more time it buys for OG to come back.
Without a doubt.
This is what we need. You understand? The gods on our side. On the blue skies, baby. On the blue skies.
Exactly why you getting into politics. You're good, man. You're good, man. Well, you're really good. Guys, say I'm sorry.
It's okay. The Knicks have a week off, so I would assume OG will be ready to go for game 1, whoever they end up playing. As a reminder, they do have another phase to get through in the Eastern Conference Finals before they would go to the finals, a place they have not been since 1999.
Going to the finals.
Okay. Well,
going to the finals.
We got to get through the Cavs and the Pistons first, and the Pistons have been a tough out for you guys this season.